Hello, it is 9 p.m. in RTD. It's time to English New Edition. For tonight headlines, we have the capital shaken by a series of earthquakes. On the international scene, Moroccan proud to host CAN 2025 African football. Welcome to our newsroom. The Head of State, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, paid a vibrant tribute to the memory of the late Galal Abdurrahman Jack, chargé de mission at the Presidency of the Republic, and a well-known and appreciated figure in Djibouti who passed away yesterday in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. With the death of the late Galal Abdurrahman, our country mourns the loss of a servant who was constantly mobilized in favor of our cohesion and living together, said President Guelleh. His facility and ease in continually finding the codes and convergences of view with all the cultural and linguistic components of our country were undoubtedly distinctive signs of his social intelligence and without question is proof that he was gifted in politics also indicate the head of state. May Almighty God welcome him into his eternal paradise, implored the President of the Republic, expressing his saddened condolence and the perfect assurance of his compassion and solidarity to his family, relatives, and friends, leading figures on the national public scene. The late Galal Abdurrahman joined the group of young militants of the LPIE, the Political Alliance for Our Independence, in 1970. When he was still a teenager, patriarch, and head of a large family, he lives behind a wife and several children and grandchildren. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. 5.2 magnitude earthquake shakes in Gulf of Tajara felt in the Djibouti city. A moderate earthquake measuring 5.2 on the Richter scale struck the Gulf of Tajara region early this morning, causing tremors felt as far away as the capital. The seismic event was recorded at 4 hours 22 minutes local times by the Arta Geophysical Observatory. The epicenter of the quake was located 19 kilometers north of Djibouti city at a depth of 8.0 kilometers below the Earth's surface. The epicentral distance was approximately 21 kilometers. According to initial report, the macroseismic intensity in the areas closest to the epicenter was rated at 5 to 6 on the Mercalli scale, meaning that it was widely felt by local residents. Significant aftershocks followed the main quake. The most notable was a magnitude of 5.2 aftershock at 8 hours 53 em. Other aftershocks including a magnitude of 3.7 at 7 hours 55 minutes and a magnitude of 3.6 at 8 hours 17 were also recorded. The local authorities and emergency services are on high alert and no information is on any damages and injury that has yet been released. Residents of the regions are encouraged to remain vigilant and to follow the authorities' recommendations in the event of further earth tremors. To reassure the population, it is essential to note that Djibouti City and its surroundings are located in an active seismic zone. Local authorities are working closely with the seismic experts to monitor the situations and ensure public safety. It is important to remember that preparations and awareness are key elements in dealing with such events. Following the authorities' advices and keeping abreast of updates is the best way to ensure community safety in such situations. Following this, an RTD team rushed to the seismology center in Arta to meet the doctors in charge of the seismic centers in Arta. According to him, it was a superficial and moderate earthquake very strongly felt in the capitals and in Tajoura, unlike in Arta, where the intensity of this earthquake is not felt. There was a break of 9 kilometers from Musha Island in the Gulf of Tajoura, a place that remains like an oceanic ridge. He added that the prefect of the city of Arta added that the epicenter was located 19 kilometers north of Tajoura city at the depth of 8.0 kilometers, giving a hypocentral distance of around 21 kilometers. The macroseismic intensity in the area closest to the epicenters was 5.6 widely felt. He added the prefect went on to point out that there was an aftershocks at the 8 hours 43 minutes with a slightly higher magnitude than these mornings, which recorded an earthquake of magnitude 5.2 on the Richter scales in the Gulf of Tonga, identified as tectonic. In view of the situation, the authorities have taken proactive measures to ensure the safety of the populations in the faces of the recent earthquake. Schools were closed at the precautionary measures, putting the safety of students and educational staff at the forefront, as well as the prefect of the first district and the fourth district said that all administrative staff, the administrative authorities reacted swiftly by releasing employees so that they could rejoin their families in safety. These decisions demonstrate the government commitment to the well-being of its populations. Represent emergency services remain on standby, ready to intervene should the need arise. Close coordinations between local authorities and seismic experts is essential to monitor the situations and make informed decisions to ensure public safety. It is crucial for the population to follow the advice issued by the authorities and to stay informed of updates on the situations on Djibouti radio, television, and its communication channels. This vigilance is essential to guarantee safety. For preventive measures due to the earthquake felt in the capital as well as in the 5 regions, schools have been declared closed by MENFOP. The Arta Geophysical Observatory recorded a moderate earthquake of magnitude 5.2 on the Richter scale today, Thursday, September 28, 2023. At 4 hours 22 minutes local times in the Gulf of Tajoura, identified as tectonic. The epicenter was located 19 kilometers north of the city of Djibouti at a depth of 8.0 kilometers, giving a hypocentral distance of around 21.0 kilometers. Macroseismic intensity in the areas closest to the epicenter was 5 to 6 widely felt. An aftershock of magnitude 3.7 at 7 hours and another on the magnitude 3.6 at 8 hours. The largest aftershock was the magnitude 5.2 at 8 hours. After morning, no aftershocks have been reported to date. We will keep you informed as the situation develops. In the same vein, the Minister of Interior, Saeed Nuh Hassan, has issued an urgent statement to this effect. The Minister indicated that the authorities will continue to monitor the situation closely and will provide information as it becomes available. The safety and well-being of our citizens remains our top priority, and the measures taken today reflect the commitment of the government of Djibouti to the protections of its populations in a context of persistent seismic risk. Under the aegis of the Ministry of Interior, the INPH, in close collaboration with NC, orchestrated this morning the second edition of the International Identity Day at the People's Palace. This year's theme, Inclusion, Protection and Usefulness of Identity, highlighted the importance of a legal and recognized identity. The International Identity Day ceremony was presided over by the Minister Saeed Nuh Hassan, the Minister of Interior. It was also attended by Madam Ulufa Ismail Abdo, the Minister of Social Affairs, Solidarity, as well as Duale Saeed Mahmoud, General Director of INPH and the General Director of ANSI, the Director of Populations, in the presence of the UNFPA representative. alongside the other senior officials. This they commonly referred to as identity. They highlight the crucial importance of possessing a legal and recognized identity. It provides an essential forum for reflections on identity-related issues in modern society. For her part, the Minister of Social Affairs Solidarity, Ulufa Ismail Abdo, has indicated that this day is commonly referred known as Identity Day, highlights the crucial importance of possessing a legal and recognized identity. It provides an essential forum for reflections on identity-related issues in modern society. The Minister of Interior Said Nuh Hassan has indicated that this day is commonly referred to as Identity Day, highlights the crucial importance of possessing a legal and recognized identity. It provides an essential forum for reflections on identity-related issues in modern society. The Minister of Health, Dr. Ahmed Rabil Adil, accompanied by the Prefect of Arta, Hassan Dabil Ahmed, the President of the Regional Council, Ilmi Bouha, visited the locality of Umar Jaga in the Arta region on Monday, September 24, 25, 2023. The Minister of Health officially inaugurated a brand new health center fully equipped to meet the health needs of the population of Umar Jaga and the surrounding area. The construction of this new health center is in line with the government's imperative to ensure better health coverage in our countries by reinforcing level 1 structures in the health pyramid. This is the strategy of the health policy itself, inspired by the visions of the President of the Republic, Ismail Omar Guelleh, to guarantee better access and ensure maximum coverage of health services through the nation. The minister, during the inauguration ceremony of the health spot, which includes consultation rooms, hospitalization, and a pharmacy, the Minister of Health stated that the health of the local population would undoubtedly be improved and strengthened. This new health post will provide a full range of basic, curative, and preventive health care, ensuring medical follow-up for vulnerable groups such as children, pregnant women, and those suffering from chronic illnesses. After the inauguration of the health post, the Minister of Health, accompanied by the President of the Regional Council, met with the population of Umar Jaga. The community leader of Umar Jaga thanked the President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, for the project to build a health post in Umar Jaga. The Minister of Health, Dr. Ahmed Roble, indicated that his department had fully equipped the post with essential medical equipment and assigned qualified staff to ensure better health care for the inhabitants of Umar Jaga, and urged the local population to take advantage of the accessibility of this health post and ensure its long-term survival. Gathered a community on the esplanade of the Dakhil prefectures to celebrate the birth of the Prophet Muhammad, a sacred evening that marked the unity and religious fervors of the region. Organized with sincere devotions by the people of Dakhil, the commemorations attracted an impressive array of eminent personalities from the region, including the President of the Regional Council, Mahad Hussein Ahmed, the Deputy Prefect, Idris Hussein Abbas, the Head of the Police Detachment, Suleiman Farah Awali, as well as numerous local elected officials, senior executives, and customary and religious authorities from the regions, accompanied by an enthusiastic crowd of Dikil peoples the birth of the Prophet is a celebration of the birth of the Prophet of Islam, Muhammad, peace be upon him, linked through the Muslim world. It is traditionally honored on 12th day of the month of Rabi al-Awwal, the third month of the Islamic calendar. The kill marked this special occasion with the recitations from the Quran, fervent prayers, and enlightening reading that highlighting the life and teachings of the Prophet Muhammad. Participants had the opportunities to reinforce their understandings and the importance of peace, tolerance, mutual respect, values that lie at the heart of Islam.
الحسين مرحبا مرحبا عبد طيب كيلو ينقوم مرحبا بك يا بدر تجلى مرحبا رسول مرحبا مرحبا ارحمنا جميعا صلوة المنير مرحبا زيارة القاصدين
The major event commemorating the 12th of the month of Mawlid, the date of the birth of our Prophet Muhammad, are taking place in Somalia's major cities. Academics, officials, civil servants, and most Somalis have gathered for this event in Mogadishu, Dushamareb, Galkayo, Beidadab, and other cities across the country, said the President of the Republic of Somalia, Hassan Sheikh Mahmoud, who is in the cities of Dushamareb, congratulated the Somali people and Islamic nations in general on this great day, marking the birth of our Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. The event organized at the presidency was attended by the Somali government's deputy ministers of the Ministry of Endowment and Religious Affairs, Salah Sharif, who said that commemorating and glorifying the birth of the Prophet Muhammad is an obligation for every Muslim. For the international scene, Morocco has been named host of the 2025 African Cup of Nations. This decision is by the Confederation of the African Football has delighted Moroccans who welcome the news with a sense of pride and hope for the country's younger generations of footballers. Near the town of Saleh, Leila Taussi came to encourage her son, who plays for a local club hosting the CAN 2025, is a great opportunity for Moroccans and for Morocco. It will put Morocco on the map, and it will also put Moroccans football on the map. We will be welcoming teams from different countries. It is true that it motivates even the children. My child, for example, became interested in football just after Morocco took part in the World Cup in Qatar. She explains Morocco will be hosting an African Cup of Nations for the first time since in 1988. The Kingdoms was designated in 2015 before requesting a postponement due to the spread of Ebola virus. Also, CAF subsequently decided to withdraw the hosting rights for the North African nations. And this is it for the news. Thanks for watching us. Have a good evening.